Every real cowboy like myself knows how lonely it is out on the open range, which is why I listen to the Cowboy Boys podcast. With best contractually obligated friends, Shane Smith and Mac Arthur, the Cowboy Boys will comfort your soul better than any disease-ridden saloon gal ever could. Cowboy Boys.
That and yeah, I'm just working on hobbies, man. I think life's all about hobbies.
Dude, 100%. It's about passion.
Yeah,
What else are you working on?
sculptures.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Let's
then
fucking go. dude.
reading a
those
book.
Pokemon sculptures?
Yeah.
I saw
Trying to do my
those.
own characters. That's important to me.
Should we
I've
start?
spent years making other
Yeah,
people's. Yeah.
We'll start on the hobbies. Welcome to Cowboy Boys Podcast, episode 154. For real this time. I said that last episode.
you did?
With us, Matthew Broussard.
Hello.
Yeah, dude.
How's
We're
it
going to
going?
get Broussarded in here.
We're gonna get.
Let's get Broussarded.
Let's
Yeah,
get Broussarded.
yeah.
That was the radio edit.
Has no one ever done that before?
No.
Yeah, dude. Let's fucking go, man.
That sounds like something Lame might say right before sex. You're about to get Broussarded. She's like, I changed my mind.
Dude, we know that our guest is our resident most handsome guy we have on the podcast because Matt
Whoa,
combed
whoa,
his hair.
whoa.
Matt combed his hair for the
I
pod.
didn't comb my hair.
Come on.
It's just growing.
Uh-huh.
It's
All
actually
right.
because I'm really sweaty.
He like
And
trimmed
it's-
his mustache. Fuck, Matt's coming over. I gotta fucking-
You got the nice hair again.
I know, dude. I'm stoked on it. I'm
It's
gonna get a
funny.
haircut again pretty
You have,
soon here.
you have the hair right now of like a, yeah, of
An
like a
E-
senator.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
You know what it is? It's the cheerleader effect. When he comes over, we all just look better
Oh,
as a group.
You
know what
That's
Yeah.
a real thing. I've heard of the cheerleader effect, where you don't see 5 different women; you see the composite of their best features.
Exactly.
right.
It's
Yeah,
real.
yeah.
It's why but it makes me very angry on Tinder when I'm like, oh, I hope it's this one, and it never is
It
that
never
one.
is that one.
You-
It's never the one you want.
You assume it's the least good one, and you move from that information onward.
yeah.
But
And if there's something they're not showing you in their pictures, it's a problem.
Yeah,
if it
yeah,
was an
yeah.
asset, it would be featured. Or how
Exactly.
many? This is so shallow. I remember how many times I'd look through 4 pictures and be like, okay, and the last picture I was like, no.
Have you ever?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like when they put their pictures in chronological order and they slowly start aging. And
yeah,
Yeah.
Or they're
Just like-
getting uglier as you move through.
I think it should be a rule that you have at least one picture of your mom in there because I
Oh.
want to know. I want to know the far future.
Wow, that's really smart.
Yeah.
Or
What if
dating-
they're dead? So it's the gravestone. There you go.
That is the far future.
This is how shallow I am. I've been like on the fence about a girl, and then I'll see her ex-boyfriend was a good-looking guy. I'm like, well, okay, that's a validation.
Dude, I
You know what I
actually
mean? Like he's hot. I mean, man, I want to be in his league.
That's so funny. I get annoyed when someone I've dated, like they talk to me about their exes and they're losers. I'm like, fuck, man, date cooler. Like it makes me feel bad.
Yeah, I want to be in an elite club.
Yeah.
I want to be the worst person they've dated.
Yeah.
Not the like,
Yes. Yeah.
100%.
not the best. It makes me feel bad when women are like, "Wow, you're so nice to me," and I'm like, "I'm barely trying."
It's so funny.
I'm putting in medium to mild efforts.
That's like I don't know, maybe because like I started climbing a lot this year. I've climbed before, but I'm climbing a lot. And the key to getting good at climbing is finding the guys who are doing routes that are way better than you. And I just walk over and I'll watch them climb. I'll talk to them. And then usually I'll ask one of them to climb a route I'm working on. And then I get to watch them do it and I go, oh, okay. And I'm getting way better, way faster than normal. And that's like how you get good at something, right? You just like go and you let someone who's so much better than you just fucking crush you.
Yeah.
And then you have to not have an ego about it. And then you just increase in skill. Maybe that's like what I'm doing with a girl where I'm like, I want to be the worst person you've ever been with. And I want you to be better than me because then it's going to like raise me way higher.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys are always in, she makes more money than me. She's so hot. Her boyfriend was an actor or an NFL player. I'm like, nah, man. Fucking get me in there, dude.
Yeah.
Put me in, coach. I want it.
That's fun. My girlfriend's ex-boyfriend was a smoke show. He was very good looking. I met him before I met her.
Oh, really?
6'7", good, pretty eyes, great body.
Yeah.
He's very good looking.
Smarter than you? Funnier?
I don't think so.
All right.
There you go.
see.
You gotta have something.
I mean,
you gotta have something on him.
Something won out that wasn't looks in my case, I think. But
That's
yeah.
my thing is you could be better looking than me. I have to be funnier.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't a comedian.
Yeah.
That's a pretty nice thing to have when you're a comedian over their exes. Be like, yeah, well, I'm sure his dick was bigger, but
That's another thing. Another one of my pet peeves on Tinder is I'm funnier than you. I'm like, no, you're not.
Oh, I
Sorry.
hate that.
I like your confidence, but you're definitely not.
Yeah,
Or you're one of
yeah.
those people who tells jokes and then you're the one laughing loudest at it,
Yeah.
and you're
Ugh.
laughing so much that you don't register that you're bombing.
Ugh.
I hate those people. I'm like, you can't just will it to be funny.
I've seen comics do it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and by comics, I mean I've seen a lot of comics do it.
It does. There is that effect of when you laugh, people tend to laugh along. But there is that situation where someone's having way more fun than the person listening to the jokes, and it's like you don't want to be having more fun than your audience. You want to be having fun, but you want the crowd. It becomes awkward if you're enjoying it more than
Yeah, you're at work.
yeah,
You should be at work a little bit. They
little
should be
bit.
at not at work at all.
yeah.
That's what should be happening.
Ugh. I went on a coffee date with a girl many years ago, and like
Sure.
right into the date, she was like, "Oh, you're a comedian." I would be such a good comedian. I'm so funny. She wasn't. She was not funny. She did not make me laugh. It's just such an unhinged thing.
That is crazy. That would be like if she was like, I'm a doctor, and you're like, I could probably do surgery better than. Oh,
Yeah.
man, I'd be so fucking good at surgery. It's crazy. I get into people's gallbladders so fast.
I don't know. I think I could fly a plane. It doesn't seem
Oh,
that hard.
Listen, you could fly a plane for sure.
I could fly it and land it.
Video games have made us all able to fly planes.
So I get unhinged confidence sometimes. I understand where it comes from because there's some things where you're
Right.
like, I think I could figure it out as I do it. It'd be
Yeah.
rough. It'd be a rough takeoff, but
I could be an engineer. Yeah, I could probably. Do
You
that.
could-
I could probably code.
yeah.
I wouldn't
could
get
do that.
fired for the first couple weeks.
But it's weird because we do comedy. Everyone does comedy every day,
Yeah,
interacting
yeah.
with people. You know,
Not
So it's-
everyone.
Not everyone, but there's
There's-
an opportunity to do it very frequently.
And it is like if
People
you're
in
good
prison
at,
do comedy.
Yeah, if
Jesus
you're
Christ.
good at it, it's so important to like your quality of life, the quality of life of the people around you, and your outlook. It is kind of like an athlete is like, yeah, I'm a professional athlete, and you're like, you mean you like move good and take care of your body? The thing that one of the most important things humans do, the thing we should all be doing. You're really good at it, okay? And that's kind of what comedy is on like an emotional level.
Yeah, it's such a weird flex over people. I don't know. You just have to like. There's like to find someone funny, you almost have to submit to them. You know, like it's almost like to laugh at someone is to like.
Concede something.
let them
it's
take the
like
wheel.
to genuflect at their feet or something. You know, like
Yeah.
you're giving up status to laugh at a person.
Okay.
That's
yeah.
why I think it's like comedy can be so combative when you go on stage. Why people hate you? It's because you're asking for them to submit to your will.
Sometimes I get that is one way to think of it. That's such a crazy. I mean, you're not wrong because when I hate someone, I'm like, no, fuck you. I'll never
dude,
laugh, no matter
it's
how funny
really
you
hard
are.
to. Yeah,
But I'm an easy laugh, and I try to do that on purpose. I laugh at every. I'm like, I like to have a good time, so I manufacture a life where I'm like, oh yeah, I'll laugh at whatever. But yeah, if I don't like someone, I'm like, dude, I'll never laugh for you. I'd rather die. Fuck that.
I'll be like,
I
that-
hate you.
That was funny, and I'm not laughing.
is there? Are
Yes.
there people? This one. I love
In
this
this
question,
room.
that you. Yeah. Are there people that you hate but you can't help but laugh at them because they're so fucking funny?
Donald
Is there-
Trump.
Yeah.
Donald Trump
a good
for
one.
sure, dude.
That's a good
He's
one.
so funny sometimes. It's fucking insane
It's
how
so
funny
funny.
he is. Dude, when I was losing my fucking mind when he was calling Ted Cruz's wife a dog. That clip cheers me up sometimes. That's fucking crazy, dude. You're the one of the most important guys in the country right now, and you're calling a senator's wife a dog, saying she looks like a dog to his face in front of millions of people, and people are like, and I was just like, fuck, man, that's crazy, right?
That is
Can you
wild.
imagine going on TV and just being like, I mean, that's saying the craziest thing like you can imagine about like just like Jill Biden has a stupid fucking face and people are like, yeah, let's fucking go, like going crazy. I guess now that's normal, but at the time
It's
it was
still even just
insane.
processing it. Like in this moment, you saying that, I'm like, how is that reality?
yeah.
That
Yeah.
feels so crazy. That feels like a story someone made up and exaggerated to drive home a point. Or like we had that one time, you're like, no, that was one of his hits.
Dude, just
That was
one of
like
his
that was he
many
made fans
hits.
that night.
Obama saying Mitch McCain has, or Senator McCain has a small dick when he was running against him. Or
What was
something.
that one?
No, he didn't. But I'm just saying.
Oh
it would be
yeah,
the
yeah.
equivalent. Of just
I
like
believe
so,
you.
Yeah,
I was like, I missed that one. What was that one?
yeah. It's so
Oh.
funny, dude.
Yeah. So, yeah,
Sean McCain.
But you still hate him.
Sean McCain.
I do hate
See,
him.
when it comes to laughter, I've hated comics before, and then they've just worn me down and got me, and I'm like, I love them now.
Yeah.
I don't like their everything about them on paper. I'm like, I hate you, but then I know that they're funny, and that's one of those things where it overrides everything for me.
Yeah, there's comics I've met where I like them, and then I met them, and then I realized something about what they were truly like, and I could never enjoy their comedy again.
That has happened to me.
That's a
few
bummer. It
times.
happens a lot.
Yeah, actually, that does happen a lot.
Which is why actors shouldn't do interviews. It's why we shouldn't be podcasting. You're gonna
Truly
see my dark nature.
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
gonna say something, I don't know, awful.
What about comics who you want to think are funny, but you can't laugh at them now for some reason? Is that the reverse?
Because they're not funny.
Have you ever been?
So many people are like, oh, I wish they were funny.
I think
They're so cool.
there's so many people, like, when you first start out, you're like, oh, this is the best guy, and then as you go deeper and deeper and deeper, you kind of grow.
Oh yeah.
And so
yeah.
then there's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'll go back to like my favorite comics. I think my first comic ever was Jeff Foxworthy that I listened to.
Yeah.
And I was like, it doesn't get any better than this. This is it. And then
Yeah.
I'm like 12, and then but you go back and listen to it
like
that,
a fine glass of
yeah, and you're like,
fucking brandy.
I have my tastes are so much more diverse now, and so I don't even like. I still enjoy it and appreciate it, but it's not my thing anymore.
Can you? So many people have success based on like the fandom you make out of college kids or high schoolers or something like that. But
Yeah.
it's like, are you still a fan of the people you were a fan of at that age?
I kind of am. I realize that. I still love Dane Cook, and I defend him.
Yeah.
I-
I truly, no joke, I still love all the music and most of the media that I used to watch when I was a kid. Not for nostalgia either. But I didn't grow, I didn't stay. A lot of people they like stuff and then they're like, oh yeah, and this is what I like. I'm not like that. I just am just like, oh, I like way more now. The
Yeah.
amount of stuff I like, the amount of hobbies I have is fucking absurd, and I like it that I want to. But yeah, I still love like Korn, Slipknot, Linkin Park, Dane Cook, fucking oh shit.
Sounds like the weirdest
yeah.
festival flyer ever. Korn, Limp Bizkit, Dane Cook, Jinko jeans,
who's the fucking
Tamagotchis.
who's the main character or the other main character from Grandma's Boy?
Oh, I love Nick Swartzen.
Yeah, Nick Swartzen's so
He's
fucking
such a
funny.
good. He's a really good stand-up, and that's so overlooked.
Yeah. He's really good.
He's still good. I saw a bit he did in 2016 where I'm like, that was so great.
Yeah,
It's
man.
like making fun of old Asians in a completely original way.
Yeah, dude, he has a story about getting jacked off here at a New York jack off bar or whatever parlor in Manhattan. That's so funny. Yeah, it's insane. He's so good, and so I like a lot of that stuff in anime and in movies or whatever. But then I've moved on to like other things and develop more taste. Nothing's worse than a person who's like, Korn's good, I did it. This is my band, and you're like, oh man, fucking do other stuff too.
What do you like more? The stuff you originally loved, or is there stuff you've discovered since that you find better?
I think it just depends.
I think nothing hits as hard as a song you just discovered right this second, and then you're like, I'm gonna listen to this song for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And then 3 plays later, you're like, oh no, it's already losing that luster.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you gotta like
Chasing
put it.
that high.
You gotta put it in. You gotta put it away so you don't overuse it.
Oh
My
man,
favorite song is usually like 1 to 3 years old. I've been listening to 1 to 3, and then I'll find a new one every like 1 to 3 years.
nice. I do this thing where I find like 3 or 4 songs I'm really into, and I'll put only those songs into a playlist and listen to it on repeat for hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so sometimes I'll listen to one song like 20 times in a row.
I do that with one comedy album.
Yeah.
Do you know which one?
Is it David Tell's whatever?
Skanks for the
Yeah,
Memories.
Skanks for
I
the
just have that
Memories.
one on repeat.
Yeah.
Oh,
perfect.
Man. I'm trying to think
It's
of it.
perfect.
I don't think there's a comedy album I like that much. Maybe Chappelle's first album. I like Kevin Hart's first 2 albums a lot.
Mm.
Oh,
For me, so I feel like the stuff I love the most I discovered in my early 20s, music and comedy.
Really?
That was when I discovered synth pop. That was when I discovered Passion Pit.
Okay.
And then unlocked my favorite genre of music. I think still. I've certainly moved to other stuff, but I was like, before that, I would have told you my favorite band was like Incubus or Blink-182 or something. And then I just love synth pop so much.
You got
And
some MGMT in there.
Yeah, that definitely paved the way. Comedy, I really loved Hannibal Buress and Mulaney. Those were the 2 albums I listened to
Mulaney's great.
first, where I really studied a special.
Mulaney's
Animal Furnace is, I think, my favorite album of all time.
Really?
Yeah. Hannibal's second album.
Damn, I gotta re-listen to that.
It's so silly.
I re-listened to all Mulaney's albums recently. I owe Mulaney a great debt. He's one of the reasons I'm successful, because when my first album came out and then my second album, of course, if you listen to Mulaney's Spotify or Pandora or like whatever radio channel, like also like the internet radio or whatever, the satellite radio, all those different channels, I'm the second most played comic.
Wow.
It's Mulaney and then me. I'm the next most played guy.
You look like the demon they exorcised from him.
According to
at
the
rehab.
algorithm, Mulaney fans like me, and so then because of that, dude, an absolutely crazy amount of people have DM'd me and been like, I found you through listening to Mulaney's Pandora.
Wow.
So the AI algorithm blessed you. That
Yes.
happened to our podcast too. We started this podcast like the week they invented a subgenre of the comedy categories, and so we just shot to the top, and we've been at kind of in the top 10 of comedy stand-up. Like,
it's really
and
funny.
It's just like what you there.
We
Great
also
timing.
got a few people who were like, thought this was a Cowboys the
It
football
is.
team.
Oh, no.
yeah. And we were
That's
like, all right.
Cowboys Boys.
Yeah,
different
yeah.
podcasts.
They were like, when are they going to start talking about football? It's been a lot about vampires and hard dicks. We don't know what's going on, but you know what? They stick around and we appreciate it.
Man, fandom though, yeah, there is that thing with. I always think about, could I have enjoyed my favorite high school band if I had heard them after high school?
Yeah.
And Blink and Incubus were up there for me.
Yeah, I was never a fan of either. I liked Blink-182 enough that if my friends listened to them, I was cool with it, but I wasn't super into pop punk.
Oh, okay. I still love Dave Matthews.
I don't.
My brother made a lot of the stuff I listened to. My brother was 5 years older, and he drove me to school. And I just have to listen to his music. We listen to Country Grammar by Nelly. We listen to probably Crash by Dave Matthews, and then Take Off Your Pants and Jack. No, Enema of the State.
Enema of the State's are good.
It's really hard to remove nostalgia because I'm like trying like to put my adult self and listen to that first album. Like, all right, I'm gonna listen to this album the first time. Do I hate it now because I know so much more?
Pop punk. That's a particularly hard one to get into.
If you
Yeah.
weren't there,
I didn't hear Yellow Card while Yellow Card was popular, and I listen to it now. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
So complainy. Why are you whining so much?
no, it sucks. But I'm like, I love it because I heard it when it was big.
I like the Offspring. I didn't listen to
I
a
like
ton of
Offspring.
Offspring when I was young, and then I got older and I found X-Nay on the Hombre, one of their older, and then now I've liked pretty much their whole catalog. In fact, the album I like the least is the one that I have nostalgia for.
Which
So
is
it's like,
why?
oh, this is a good
No,
band.
wait.
The fucking
The Skull?
Yeah, the most popular one. Every single song was a hit on it.
Yeah.
Basically.
I like them. Went on a kick with them recently because I read about the lead singer.
Yeah.
Just a cool dude.
Yeah, he's like a
Just
big
cool-
smarty pants, right?
Yeah, he finished his. He got a PhD in like biochemistry or something like that, and went back and finished it in his 40s or 50s. He gives a lot of money to charity.
Yeah.
I think he's like helping work on the HIV vaccine or something and like contributed a bunch to it getting done. So
That's how we need to live, man. You're not one. We can't all be one thing.
yeah, you gotta.
I've been on a
Yeah,
trip because of my
dude.
friend, but like,
It's
we
so-
can't try. If we try to be one thing, we'll fucking kill ourselves.
It's
We're
so
gonna die.
funny to be like working on the AIDS vaccine, and then you're like, "Excuse me for one moment," and then take off your lab coat, and you're like, "Give it to me, baby."
Yeah.
It's such a fucking. It's like, all right, man, yeah, get that out of your system while you fucking work on the real shit.
But you're like, we can't do one thing. There's a lot of people who have no things, and you have to struggle to get your first thing.
Yeah.
So,
But I just-
it is a process of getting more than one thing.
I just believe in hobbies you're bad at. I just love just things you're not good at. You'll
Yeah,
never
you
be
know.
able to monetize.
The point isn't to be good. You can't be good at everything, so why even care?
Yeah.
Just be, and sometimes you're not good at something, and then all of a sudden one day you are.
And then you hate it.
Yeah,
I
that
liked
happens.
comedy so much more when I wasn't being paid for it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do math now when I should be writing jokes. How weird is that?
For fun?
For fun.
That's fucked up.
I'll never make money off of it.
That's so
or-
funny.
You
I
don't know
hope I
that.
don't. I don't know. Yeah,
know?
if things fail miserably, I might have to reapply. But like, that's been my biggest hobby is just studying math. I started watching these YouTube videos by 3 Blue 1 Brown. They're amazing.
Yeah,
I
those are
took an
great.
online course. I bought a textbook that was recommended. I've been doing the problems very slowly, very
That's so
slowly,
fun.
but they're so fun. I do them on the train. It's like one of my favorite parts of my day. It's so great. It's so fun.
Dude, I've been becoming like a Tolkien historian, like full on, like reading,
Silmarillion
going through
kinda?
his letters.
Whoa.
And like reading his letters and his appendices and like learning in an absolutely like reading so dense that it feels like reading Moby Dick on a bridge. Like you have to read and then you have to really sit and take it, like reading where I have to take notes. Yeah. So like I've been. Yeah, you just have the weirdest hobbies. You're like, this will never help me. This has no real world application.
I can never write a joke about it.
I could write an hour about Lord of the Rings, but not about like that. Like,
Yeah.
no one wants to hear about like a very specific elf that went on a journey, and then in the history, that elf wrote his own account of seeing a culture that may or may not be correct.
No.
Tolkien was so crazy with how he did things.
Depending on how this Amazon show goes, they might need writers for the cartoon spin-offs.
Yeah, we'll
Oh,
see.
The
yeah.
bad comedy, the 18 plus adult.
Dude,
Lord
I
of the
can't wait
Rings.
for Middle Earth
After
to open up in
Dark.
Orlando.
Dude, I can't just fucking let me be an orc, guys. I know I have too many tattoos, but just throw the makeup on me
No,
and
I'm
I'll
saying-
fucking kill elves.
Be a writer.
I know, but I want to also do
You
that.
wanna be an orc.
Yeah, dude, I want to be an orc.
I've
Didn't they make
been.
someone famous a stormtrooper or something like that? They
What's
let someone famous be a stormtrooper?
They let a few people. Daniel Craig is in the
All right.
episode 7 or whatever. Yeah, he's one of the stormtroopers that walks in.
Wow, there's a rumor, I don't know if it's true, in the Jackass movie when they put on gorilla costumes and go jumping on cars and setting off alarms.
Not a rumor, it's real.
Brad Pitt?
Brad Pitt is
Yeah.
actually the guy. Yeah. He confirmed that. And then they kidnapped Brad Pitt in another bit.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. Brad
Oh,
Pitt hung out with
say-
him.
Oh, that's such a good bit. Yeah, where he's
It's
screaming.
so fucking crazy that Brad Pitt was like, dude, Jackass rules. I want to hang out with you guys. Before they were famous.
Isn't it? It's crazy. Like, I know such classy people with such, like, depraved tastes.
Oh, dude, every woman who had sex with me, like, I
mean, like, I
I'm not
know-
all of them, but
People I went to college with are like doctors, and they'll like confide in me their favorite comedians. I'm like, no shit.
yeah.
I'm like, whoa.
Which makes sense because
This guy who's doing open heart surgery is like his favorite comic is Andrew Schultz. That's crazy to me.
Oh, yeah, that's wild.
Which props to Andrew Schultz, by the way. But
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like, there's such a people can be. Even Brad Pitt being a Jackass fan, and it's like you study theater. Like,
Yeah. It's. I mean, listen, it's fucking crazy. This
Or
pediatrician.
Cumtown fans. That's the funny.
Yeah. A 28-year-old pediatrician let me take her virginity
Whoa.
a while ago. But I remember,
Whoa.
like, I'm
That's
not
so wholesome.
joking.
Yeah.
It like kind of destroyed my faith in doctors
Yeah.
a little bit because I was just like, oh man.
Have you fucked nurses?
You're
'Cause-
supposed to.
Oh,
Oh, well,
really?
listen, I've never had faith in nurses, but I could talk shit on the medical field all I want because I will probably not have insurance, maybe ever. So
not
listen.
worried?
I gave myself
28.
stitches last time I needed them.
28-year-old virgin.
She was Mormon.
No, see,
And then she
Oh, okay.
stopped being Mormon, and she was like, she just couldn't get it together to figure it out. And her and I went on some dates on Tinder, and it didn't work out. And I was like really upfront and like kind to her about it, and like told her to her face, "You're so sweet. I just don't think we'll be boyfriend and girlfriend because of where you're at in your life, whatever." And then later she was like, "You're so nice, and you communicated with me so well, and you're hot. I want to lose my virginity to you." And I was like, "Yeah, come back to me in a
Wait.
week and ask me
is
again."
that how you found out, or did you know before when you were dating her?
I knew.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Because she told me all about being Mormon and stuff, and I talked to her about it. You know, she like,
That's
and then
a long
so
time
she
to hold
came
out.
back in a week and was like, "I've thought about it, and now I'm even more sure." And I was like, "All right."
Because you made her wait.
Have
Yeah,
you,
yeah, yeah.
Have you followed up and seen if her life has fallen apart now?
She's married and has kids now.
So
yeah,
yes.
she's doing great.
So
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
it has fallen apart.
I do remember when we were having sex. It cracked me up because we were having sex and we had sex for a while, and then we stopped,
Wait.
and then we started it. We did like round 2 or whatever.
What-
and
how long
during
is
that,
a while?
I don't know, like an hour or
Like,
whatever.
Like 15 minutes? Like,
Yeah. 15
Hour.
minutes. So we had sex and we had sex another time. And while she was on top, because she was like, "Let me try being on top." I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then she goes,
Let me try.
"How do people get things done?" I was like, "Oh yeah, dude, fucking is cool, right? It's ruined my
best.
life. I'll tell you that much right now."
It's the best. It's okay.
Yeah, but after that, I was like, "Dude, you heal children."
Yeah.
I'm
That's so
supposed to
wholesome.
fucking go to the doctor and then they're the type of person who would like want to have sex with me. And this was before I was I was still an open micer at this time.
Oh, okay.
I had no money. I like made like less than 20.
I thought this was like a fame thing.
Nope.
Yep.
I made like less than 20K a year.
Mm-hmm.
I was a loser still. I mean, listen, I didn't have a savings account till last year.
I was gonna say now you make twice that amount.
Yeah, dude. So, but like it's fucking I was like such a loser. I didn't even have a car.
Are you investing yet?
No. I need to talk to you about
Yeah.
it. I
want to be that guy for so many comedians where I see them hit big. I'm like, you have savings now. You can turn this into if you make enough money, the interest alone, the dividends alone can become a livable salary.
I want you.
Where it pays your rent.
I want you to become a landlord like Hannibal.
That's the best way to go.
See,
if you can buy, fucking buy.
Dude, anyway, we need to talk.
We need more good landlords.
I would be a good landlord.
Yeah.
How much have you bought any Bitcoin like I've told you to?
No. Remember when you were like, buy it, and then you came over like 2 weeks later, and you're like, remember when Bitcoin was low? Now it's low.
No, you came to me and he was telling me, hey, Bitcoin's crashing. I'm like, it's not crashing. And then 2 weeks later, I was like, now it's crashing.
Yeah. But you told me to buy at the time.
Yes.
And then you were like, and now it's crashing even more. No, man.
You gotta learn what dollar cost averaging is.
No,
you
crypto
gotta put a little bit aside to get a nest egg.
Yeah. Crypto's a scam.
It is a scam.
If you're gonna do a scam,
you can always time out a scam well. It's
exactly.
Just don't try to time things because much smarter people. Very smart people work in finance. And dumb ones, which is the cause of all of our problems.
So I'm going to go with a tried and tested scam that all Americans do, which is the stock market.
Yeah.
There it is.
That's a slow
ETFs
scam.
are super safe. I mean, it's safe as the whole stock market. Exchange-traded funds is just a mutual fund.
Have you ever heard of the Vice Fund? That's the one I want.
Or Vice?
Vice.
Oh, yeah, they invest. I'm going to guess they invest in unsavory ventures.
So they
but profitable ones.
Very
you have
profitable
one
ones. I'll grab you one.
Oh fuck yeah, just one. Yeah, hell yeah.
The Vice Fund is only they only do investments in like Philip Morris, like Raytheon. It's like porn, war, cigarettes, and people don't want to invest in it because they feel weird. And I'm like, I don't know. You're already investing in the stock market. You're already doing kind of like a scummy, evil thing.
I agree.
Go all in.
That's the only
sure
thing.
That's what I'm saying.
Cigarettes and bombs, people always need those.
This is a financial podcast, and you can take our advice. I don't know if you're
right.
What is the legality of that? Can people sue you for saying? Because everyone when they're always like, this is not.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think they say that to make themselves look official.
Yeah, that too, but also you can easily be scamming them. It's great for pump and dump schemes. That's what they're afraid of.
Oh.
Buy this stock that we already own a lot in, and while you buy it, the price goes up, and that's exactly when we sell it. And then when the dust settles, we realize this stock had no inherent value.
Yeah.
It's a plot of boiler room. Yeah.
You know, the only sound investment for $5 a month, you can invest in patreon.com/cowboyboys.
Yeah.
And we've never not delivered except
the
for that 1 month.
The value is crazy, except for those times we haven't.
Yeah. It only goes up because we're only adding to the fund, the podcast fund. And you're adding to our funds. It goes both ways.
It's so true.
Yeah.
It's a mutual relationship. You're like our landlords.
You invest in great content. I don't know how to sell this.
Yeah, great content. Huge question mark after content.
So, what do you
help him buy Bitcoins. That's what you do.
What are you saying Shane should also get into? With his limited funds. Because he's blowing through all of it with the soda. I think how much your budget?
Major ETFs. You just buy a NASDAQ ETF, which means buy a broad bundle of the entire tech sector, and then again, not professional advice, but this was our strategy of buy something with very safe companies that are too big to keep growing, but have healthy dividends, which is 2 to 4%.
Like Coca-Cola?
Yeah,
just
something like that. Some fucking
giant evil
Walmart,
companies.
I don't know, Lowe's, where they're not going to grow anymore, so they pay you. If you own the stock, they give you a couple of bucks every year on every stock you buy.
Have you seen those
cash.
Those apps or those I don't know, those people online that are like, hey, we just track what Nancy Pelosi buys and then tell you to buy that.
Mm-hmm.
Have you? I don't know how legitimate those.
That's really
they're so
good
tempting
idea.
to someone like me. I'm just like, I got to put my tinfoil hat on and just follow the money.
Probably a great way to go.
There's a bunch of them.
That should be illegal. That should be the most. I think finance is the most evil industry.
Yeah,
Number
100%. If you're
if you can think of a more evil industry, they'll fund that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. No, 100%. If you're in the military, I'm pretty sure the military looks at your financials to make sure you're not doing anything sketchy or out of the interest, or you're not having a conflict of interest. And I think if you are a civilian senator or something, there should be some kind of not military oversight, but military-like oversight, where they make sure, like, you have to make a salary. You are not allowed to post like a certain amount of profit beyond the salary.
I don't think they should be able to buy individual stocks.
100%.
I think they should have to buy ETFs.
I don't
think they should be able to buy stocks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if
ETFs
you're a politician and you have to make decisions on behalf of people, you should doom yourself to a pauper's life until you stop being a politician.
I wish there was a way they could do this, but it's too crazy to work. You should make no more, no less than the median income of your region. That should be what you, or average, I don't know, like, that should be...
A school teacher, you have to make the same as the average income of a school teacher in your fucking in your
so
district.
that's how you live. Also, isn't it... I was just thinking how nuts it is that, like, all congressmen have kind of roughly equal power.
Yeah.
Think about how easy it would be. I could win so many elections in like sparsely populated regions.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
who is the best person here?
Yeah. There's
They're
guys
not that great. We live in New York. How fucking hard it is to win
See.
a fucking. I know I'm like a regional supremacist, but like, yeah, there's more people, there's more competition. Of course, things are gonna be easier to win here.
Yeah.
You think that till you go out to the hills and they could smell
Well, I wouldn't
the
win.
coastal
Right.
region on you.
you just
But their best person.
Who's
is
this
like,
guy talking with his words?
Yeah, right.
I mean, some of them, some people do move to random place. I mean, Ted Cruz is like, he's not a Texan, not really.
No.
Yeah, there's people who just go to Wyoming, and then the winning is a matter of just going to your neighbor's house and be like, "You're gonna vote for me, right?" And then
Yep.
they're like, "Yeah," and you go, "All right, we got it cinched up, boys. Let's go." Like,
By the way, equal problem between left and right. Like Pelosi is so long; she's in such a blue region. She never has to change. Same with Mitch McConnell. Like there's no competition. You need competition.
Yeah,
Fucking
they're
someone
evil.
Take these people down.
redlining and
redlining.
fucking redrawing districts and all the financial rules. Yeah, they're all evil. It would be cool if I've been reading a lot about the transfer of power after the Russian Revolution, and everyone's like, "Yeah, they killed everybody," and it's like, "Yeah, they sure did." I'm reading about it like, I don't know, man. Sounds pretty cool. They took like their version of Jeff Bezos, and he was like, "Here, have all my stuff," and they're like, "No, we're still gonna shoot you, buddy. We're gonna
Really?
super kill you."
After he gave up everything?
Yeah.
Good for him.
They also got.
Was
I mean,
this
they
like
shot the royal family too. It'd be like,
Anastasia, right?
yeah. The royal. Everyone's like really sad about it, but it's like, well, yeah, if you leave them, they're gonna just like the English royal family. They have to have more money than the government or whatever rule that is. Like some crazy amount of incredible wealth, and the Russian people were like, "Nah, we're just gonna fucking shoot you in the head in the basement." So you can't do that anymore. Like, we got you. Sorry. They did a bunch of shit like that. People were like, "Oh, they sent everyone to the gulag," and it's like, but what if you sent every person who's ever been like convicted of a major financial crime to prison?
Or what if every year we killed the richest person?
Yeah, sounds pretty cool.
But then what do we do with our money? Just give it to the poorest person? Like a lottery? That would be fun.
Distribute it.
Yeah, distributed.
Give it to the Negro College Fund. I don't care. Like,
Yeah,
just give it
there
to
you go.
one random charity every year.
Ooh, I like it.
I like my idea of giving it to one homeless guy who's suddenly now the richest guy. And I think it's
He
called
will
trickle
blow
up.
that.
Trickle up economics.
Yeah.
Where he's going to blow it, but throughout the community.
Dude, his 7-Eleven is about to get stacks.
Dude, in Rome, they used to have consuls, and so they wouldn't elect one president or one guy in charge of the army. They would elect two guys, and they would alternate days. And sometimes they would have completely different strategies, and they would be so petty that one guy would be like, "Pack up the army, we're going north." And then the whole army would be like, "Fuck, man." And they'd pack up the whole army, they'd start marching north, and the next day would be like, "Pack up the army, we're going south." And the soldiers are just like, "Fuck, my life."
Would they
So
pass different
funny.
laws?
Yes.
Because, like, alternate day parking is so hard already. And you're like, wait, is this one of the days where I can eat meat? Or is this one of the days where I'm allowed to kill? Or, like...
So Famously, when Hannibal was attacking Rome, the most dangerous person who ever attacked Rome, besides just a random confederation of German people, but the fucking and French people, I guess. But there were 2 consuls. Hannibal's attacking, and one of the consuls wants to just fight him outright. And then, but the Romans were like, he has drunk elephants. We can't. Yeah.
Wait,
by the way,
the elephants were drunk.
yeah, you have to get them drunk or they won't fight.
Dude,
Sick, right?
Wait.
Pretty fucking cool.
One of my
Pretty cool.
favorite genres of animal attack videos is an angry elephant.
Yes.
There's something so righteous about an elephant going through because they feel like they're just like you can feel the anger. The anger is palpable.
Yeah.
On an elephant,
And
whereas like a normal like a jaguar just going through a village, you're like he's just hunting for
they're going through the
sport.
motion.
Yeah.
Where an
So,
elephant is
elephants
Like finally sticking up for itself. I feel like an elephant, it gets stepped on every day at work, and then finally they have that one superhero moment.
Yeah.
Look at this, you know what I mean? It's like a great scene in a movie. Jaguars are always being cunts.
Oh,
But
dude.
how much alcohol does it take to get an elephant
I
drunk?
don't
wanna
know.
know.
That's a really good question. But they get drunk. They get him drunk the night before, so the elephant's a little sauce because horses and elephants won't charge like a giant group of guys with sticks. Some horses will, but they have to be crazy well trained and trust their riders. Like they have to know the person riding them personally, which is such a funny thing to say. But the elephants, they'll never do that. An elephant will never charge like a group of. He'll just be like, "That's like 300 guys with sharpened sticks are gonna stab the fuck out of me. I'm not going over there." But if he's drunk, he's like, "Man, fuck those guys with sticks. I'm heading over there." And so sometimes because the elephants are drunk, if they get scared, they'll rampage their own dudes. So what happened? Anyway, so the Romans were like, we can't fight the drunk elephants. It's very scary. We already did it. It sucked. And so then they're like, well, let's figure it out. And so one guy's like, let's just fight. And the other guy, Fabian, was like, let's not fight. And in fact, we're going to burn every farm and village as we retreat so that they can't have supplies. And that's where the term Fabian strategy comes from, when you like destroy what you made so that someone else can't use it.
Ah.
Yeah.
Like a Pyrrhic victory, right?
Yeah.
I want to give elephants PCP in battle.
Yeah, dude.
Just see what they're up to.
I want to send
Make
an
great art.
Dude, that'd be so funny. We were fighting back by giving their elephants weed.
No, those elephants would not want to fight.
Yeah,
just
no,
want-
that's what you do. You fight them by getting them high.
Man,
Do they drink it through their nose?
I don't know. No, I think they drink it through their mouth. And elephants like to get drunk. Elephants in India, in a certain part of India, they know the smell of this type of alcohol they make. So you have to cover the smell, because if you don't, an elephant will kick your wall down and like pull the roof off your house and be like, "Where's the fucking alcohol?" And like take it. You can Google it. It's real. It's very funny. Yeah, elephants rule, dude. I like that they go on swims. They'll just go like a mile out into the ocean and people will be like, "Hey, there's a fucking elephant out there," and he's just cruising, dude.
Are they
'cause
good
there's-
swimmers?
Yeah, they're really good swimmers.
Really?
They can swim like super far, and then they think that elephants have like migrated to some weird islands that are miles away just because all the elephants are like, "Yeah, let's just fucking swim over there. There's no lions."
elephants are also great snorkelers. I don't know if you noticed.
Oh,
okay,
yeah, it's harder for them to drown.
They just walk on the ground and
I feel like those big fucking cylinders wouldn't really pull water very well, you know?
Yeah.
But maybe they don't have to go fast. I guess they float.
Yeah. I think that they just kind of cruise.
what do you think an elephant sees when it gets too drunk? A bunch of pink whales?
Yeah,
or something? A bunch of pink
dudes
pink dudes, giant
with
pink dudes?
sticks?
Or a bunch of little pink mice? Maybe.
Maybe.
Who knows?
No, 'cause
Mice
they would be
could, yeah.
scared.
I know. You don't think a big pink elephant is scary when you're drunk?
True. True. Oh man, I forgot that pink elephants were a thing. People say they.
I don't
see when
know
they're
that.
drunk.
So it happens in Dumbo, right?
Yeah.
And Dumbo gets drunk.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot. Yeah,
Elephants love to drink, dude.
It's like an old 1920s, 1930s like trope where a guy would get all sauced and then the pink elephants would start marching.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what that means, but it's like I always took it literally because of the Dumbo thing, I guess.
Oh, we did that at Jewish summer camp. We had the Alpine Tower that you would climb. And the thing is, when you get up there, you can see the pink elephants. There's a thing you said to fuck with people who had never done it before. Be like, you go up there, yeah, you see the pink elephants? Oh, yeah. That was our joke.
And they'd be looking for him.
Yeah. And
That's so
you get up
funny.
there, you're like, oh, it was those fuckers.
Dude, when I was at summer camp, we would just tell people that there were like creatures in the water or like terrify them regular style.
You ever go on the snipe hunt? With
Yeah.
the younger.
Yeah.
Do you ever do the snipe hunt with the younger kids?
No.
Snipe hunt is the same thing. It's like, we're gonna go hunt snipe tonight, and all the younger kids would get really stoked and be like, "What's a snipe?" It's like, "Oh, you don't want to. They're scary. They're dangerous, but we got this under control." So you get like pillowcase. It's probably different every single region, every single person.
Yeah.
You hype everyone up, and then be like, I think the variation is you either ditch them in the middle of the forest
Yes,
at night, or
that's a big part of it.
You prank them, and you just lead kids on this wild goose chase.
Yeah, you leave the Cub Scouts out. Because like when you go to scout camp, it's like Cub Scouts through Eagles. So you'll be like 16 hanging out with like 12-year-olds, and you'll be like, "Come on, we're gonna go into the forest," and you just leave them there.
And then
they'll get in trouble if they don't get back to camp in time.
then you
So
start-
they're like freaking out.
You start scaring them too.
Yeah, dude. We had like this deer hide.
No, like-
and you put it over yourself, and you like. So they have like their little flashlights, and you're like in the woods, Rambo style, like running between trees with the hide on, like fucking doing this thing. And they're like, we used to do the skinwalker.
Chupacabras love eating snipes.
Yeah, yeah.
So if there's any snipes around, I think I saw one.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
be like-
We used to talk about skinwalkers or no deer all the time, and the kids would get freaked out.
Does that still fly? There's no way. They must have some regulations now.
What do you
can't
mean?
do that.
Oh, at
Like,
scout camp?
Yeah, the rules everywhere have gotten more strict.
I
Even
think
college camp.
I think as
Maybe-
long as the snipes aren't gay. No, wait.
no,
they
they're
did change the rules. Gays are allowed in the scouts now.
Women
I
are
thought-
allowed in the Scouts.
allowed.
They're allowed
Yeah.
in the Boy Scouts, right?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think because the Mormon Church made a big huff and puff about leaving Boy Scouts because the Boy Scouts are like, yeah, you can be gay.
Yeah, which is such a stupid thing. Like, most scoutmasters are gay. Like, that's the uniform.
Yeah,
There's
Yeah.
like
Anyone who wears
not-
an
not
ascot?
in an insidious way. It's just like, yeah, you're fucking. I just remember there was a lot of effeminate people at scout camp. I was like, yeah, I
My
guess.
parents
Those
wouldn't
are
let me do it.
Those are the kids who need it the most. They need to go
Truly.
out in the woods and get some grit.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Get
Or
pranked.
just hang out with a bunch of other boys. Oh no, we got lost in the woods. What are we gonna
Yeah,
do?
yeah. Mac,
Fucking-
I'm scared. You better fuck me.
I wonder how weird. I wonder if there's sexual tension of having girls mix in with the Boy Scouts now.
I
Because there
mean-
is some value in separating the sexes, just removing the sexual conquest. Because I went to Jewish summer camp, and all we cared about was hooking up. That was it.
Yeah.
That was way more important than religion or activities.
There was a
And-
girls' camp on the other side of the lake because the lake is like the central thing. Like, there's so many things you do in the lake and with the lake at camp. And so the girls' camp is on the other side. And even they were over there and we literally never saw them. We would talk about them constantly and obsess about it and literally like plan to cross the lake as if they want to see us. You know what I mean?
a
like,
bunch
I
of
bet
like
they did, but
it'd be like a bunch of Huns or like crossing,
Yeah.
like a bunch of Vikings,
a bunch of elephants swimming.
yeah.
to
Be like,
the
what
new
is
island.
that?
Yeah,
A bunch
yeah,
of
yeah.
torches. Ooh, wow, ooh. Like
Just stealing a canoe and going over there at night and then the girls are gonna be like, oh my god, you came all the way over here, I might as well blow you.
From age 12 to until I found my girlfriend, everything was motivated by sex. You know?
Yeah, deep
So
down
it's good to have
something.
things that aren't sexual, but then again, what about all the gay kids who are Boy Scouts? And then that's what a dream for them. You
Yeah,
know? So you can't really
true.
separate.
My friend Matt was gay, and we used to say he was gay, and parents would be like, don't call him gay, as if it was an insult. We were like, he's gay. But it was like so Utah, and he was like kind of out, but people would be like, you're bullying him, and we'd be like, how many times do we have to tell you this man is gay? This guy is gay. And then they would be like, you're very rude. Go to your, they like punish you. And then we grew up and he was gay and I was like, see, you
Called
fucking
it.
idiots.
When did he come
yeah,
out?
Yeah. He came out really young,
I was
man.
like, he hasn't come out yet.
Yeah.
You just outed him on
Yeah,
the podcast.
Yeah. No, he came out because he was like super. He
Gay.
was like big as fuck. He was one of those kids in 7th grade that was like, I'll kill all of you. And we were like, we believe you. And he wasn't one of those guys that got really big and then high school came and he stayed the same. Like he just kept, he played football. He was like a lineman or whatever. But he was like, I'm gay. And if you don't like it, I'll fucking kill you with one hand. And we were
That's
like, all right.
awesome.
But he was so cool. Everyone liked him. And he
Yeah.
wasn't, I mean, and this is like unfortunate, but he like to even just say, but he wasn't like feminine. You know, which is like sucks to be like, yeah, if you're a feminine gay guy, good luck. But like he was just like a normal guy who was like, yeah, I fuck dudes, and we were like, you're not gonna fuck us, are you? And he's like, firstly, you're all
you're
ugly.
good.
Yeah, you're all ugly, and I don't like you. But I fuck grown men on AIM. That's what I do.
Yeah.
We were like, all right, fair, but yeah, he was cool. But
I
he
dominate dads.
he was
he's
never
a top twink.
I don't
just
thi-
that 19 or a
Yeah,
teenage
yeah.
top twink.
he kept it so professional. He never seemed in any way into us. Just imagine if you were like, if you're motivated by sex, but then you're hanging out with a bunch of like girls who are ugly and act like all your shittiest guy friends. You'd be like,
Whoa.
oh god damn
No.
it, this is sucks.
If they act like my shitty guy friends, then I'm more attracted to them.
Okay, what if they
Because
ask
they're
like
really
your
cool.
good shitty guy friends? But you know what I mean? Like
so
they,
he was
you st-
sexually
yeah, like why would he be
uninspired.
Yeah, because then you stop to think about it, because as a person who's into women or whatever, you probably don't spend time with women you're not interested in. But as a gay man, you're forced to spend time around the gender you're attracted to in a crazy way. But so you have to spend time with all these people. You're like, you're not even kind of in my dating pool.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not attracted to you. You're not only because of physical stuff, but I know you too well and you fucking suck.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
you know those when people are like, can a man and a woman truly be friends? I'm
Yeah.
like, can a gay man and a gay man truly ever be friends? Or is
I
the
wonder.
temptation
Or a gay man and a straight man.
yes.
it'd be a one friendship way relationship?
Yeah. There was the show Corporate had a what's it called? An arc about proximity crushes.
What is that?
It's when you're just with someone so much that you start
Oh,
to become attracted
You're
to
like
them.
office boyfriend or
Yeah.
the
That definitely happens.
Office
That's a real
wife.
thing.
I have a proximity crush on my girlfriend. It's fucking stupid.
What, you only are attracted to her when she's around? Or?
No, it's just like
That's
you,
called
you
object
become,
permanence.
you become more attracted to them just because you spend all this time with
all
them.
this time.
Yeah. You live with yours, right?
Yeah.
How long did you guys wait till you moved in together?
A year.
A year. Ah, that like seems fast by New York standards.
Yeah.
By my standard,
well, we moved
no.
to New York.
Oh, you moved to New York together?
Yes.
From Texas.
From two different places.
Oh
she was in
my
LA.
God.
I
You
was
met
in-
up.
I was in LA. She was in Austin, and we converged.
How long did you long distance?
A year.
Oh, okay. Damn.
So it was fast. It was definitely fast, but we just didn't
So
want to buy two places in the city. We weren't gonna. It was a trial by fire kind of thing. We're like, we're gonna figure this out real fast.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, we're gonna
Also-
build the ship on the fall. Yeah.
You two came from the two worst comedy cities to
LA
New York.
True.
There's only
Austin?
3 comedy cities.
What's that?
There's only 3 comedy cities.
And they're
Chicago, LA.
No, I was gonna
and
say
New York?
L.A. and Austin. and
Oh.
then
Yeah.
New York.
yeah, they are. Yeah.
Chicago's an improv, not really stand up.
There's great stand up. I think there's great stand up in Atlanta.
There's great
Chicago.
stand up everywhere.
But Austin's become a stand up town now too.
Yeah,
It
it
was
is.
I used to because I started comedy in Houston, I would go to Austin a lot, and it was a scene where there was no divide between the alt comics and the club comics. The club booked the best alt comics. And the power was so consolidated in one group, and there were some toxic elements of their clickiness and the way they could just build a wall, and if they didn't like someone, that person was just kind of done.
That's how Utah was.
I could see
But a
that.
lot probably smaller.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably. Because there was
Austin's not that big of a town.
I would
but
say
yeah.
there's less than 25 comics in the scene when we
Oh.
were doing our thing.
25, people that you could say were
And I would
comedians
say
that were-
less than 15 that do it weekly.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Austin had a couple hundred, probably.
Yeah,
100
there
or
you go.
200.
That's
in
so
the mix.
crazy.
And
That's so many. I
There
remember-
was real competition because if you were a feature at or MC at their club, you were getting recognized by networks because JFL would hold auditions at that club. Comedy Central would hold auditions, and yeah.
Dude, shout out JFL for not taking
Oh
me.
my God, I can't believe.
It's so funny.
I can't believe that
I
you
think-
care.
I think
I did it in 2015. It's not. It didn't matter then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just so funny to not be accepted, and I'm pretty sure
Your stories.
I
get
sold
more
out one
views.
of the things that they have
of the
JFL
venues?
at. Yeah, so I was just like, you motherfuckers, what are you doing?
I heard you can cut this part out if you don't want to talk about it, but I heard you're auditioning for a New York one of the clubs in New York?
Yeah, I did it. It went super well.
I'm sure it did.
It was great. I followed Caitlin, I almost said Palufo. Or is it Palufo? Anyway.
Palufo, he performs there a lot, yeah?
Yeah. I think
funny.
I followed her. She's so funny. And then, I just rode the wave. I fucking crushed. I very rarely think I do well. I crush, but I'm just like, yeah, they're going to say no. Just because that's, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter how good you do in this industry. It's just like a roll of the dice. I also had like a bunch of other opportunities, like some late night spots that I like submitted tapes for, and the tapes were just like fucking killer. And they were like,
Yeah.
And I'm just like, all right, well,
Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
Things are in weird orders. I checked all the boxes very quickly, and it didn't amount to a fan base or roaring success.
Yeah.
So you can.
I just want some industry success because I'd like to have a writing. I want a job where I get health insurance.
Yeah.
Because there's two things in comedy. There's what you want and what you need. What you want is like a fan base and to tour and to have the recognition of your peers and be a stand-up.
Be self-sustaining.
But what you need is
health
insurance, a steady income, being in the Writers Guild or knowing that you'll always be able to find some kind of
Residual
real job.
checks. Yeah.
Exactly.
Money when you're not working.
Yeah, because the money when you tour is like fine or whatever, but
It's exhausting.
you could always
can't have kids.
and something could always happen.
Yeah.
You know, and you need to take time off for your mental health. You need to write. You got to, and then so you're like, oh, yeah, it would be so nice to be like, I'm going to take 8 months off because I'm working on a show and I have a steady income and I know exactly how much money I'm going to have. I can spend time with my significant others, like.
That's why I want an acting job. I mean, I get to
Fuck.
you tell me where to be. I don't have to book it myself. You
Yep.
tell me what time to show up, what to wear, and someone else writes my lines for me.
Fucking,
And I'm building a fan base during.
Yeah, dude, incredible.
Less so than used to be. No one watches TV anymore. Everyone watches Instagram.
But I mean, still, you're on like whatever, you know. You could be
Yeah.
on something popular.
The odds are lower than ever.
Lord of the Rings.
Trying
Trying to be an orc, baby. No, yeah.
be the love interest orc. Don't just be like a screaming orc. Be like the mysterious orc who like wants to switch teams.
Yeah,
I
dude.
think that is
the
your best-
mysterious orc.
The best bet. They would just have to.
Dude, just do your whole
the
body.
makeup.
This black out your
Yeah.
whole body.
Oh, dude.
Then for the money they save on makeup, but keep the
Exactly.
hair. Be the orc with the good hair.
Yeah, dude. In my evil white guy haircut. So many people are like, they like it, but then they're like weird about it too.
There's no Latinos in Lord of the Rings. I don't know, so I'm never gonna get anything like that.
What are you talking about?
I
There's
thought
Latinos.
hobbits were all Latinos.
That are all white
6
passing
meals
Mexicans.
a day. Yeah, not too tall.
A lot of siestas.
Yeah, a lot of siestas.
Yeah, that's true, man. They fucking chilling. They have a
Hobbits
bunch
should
of
all be
burrows.
Mexican.
Do you know how?
Bill the pony is a burrow, dude.
you know how the
They go on long walks.
Yeah.
the black Israelites will be like, Tom Jones, he was black. Elvis Presley, he was black. That's what we're doing now. It's I'm gonna go back through history and be like,
Revisionist.
he was a Latino. This guy,
Samwise, dude. Honestly, think about
Abraham
it in your
Lincoln,
head.
Latino.
Throw
Even
a
though he's tall.
fucking sombrero on Samwise Gamgee, and you're like, you know what? It makes,
makes sense.
Yeah, dude, with the fucking poncho and the bare feet. Let's fucking go, dude. That's correct.
Mexican hobbits.
Mexican hobbits, dude. That makes.
I mean,
that
Frodo
makes
sounds a
perfect
lot like.
sense.
All right.
Right? Yeah.
I don't know if I can say that word.
Dude, yeah, I would. I think that's a good idea. What was
Who's your dream is to play an orc?
I don't know. Anything in Lord of the Rings, I would like to play literally any character. I think in my heart, I want to be a dwarf. Like, I think they're the coolest culture in Lord of the Rings. But in my heart, I know I'm an elf. They're like weird and angry, and they live forever, and then they kind of want to die. Some of them just want to like not even deal with immortality. They have like a weird way they do things. They're very specific. Yeah, I like them.
Right.
I'm just like, oh, I have more in common with them than any other race. For sure.
My dream is to play Captain Planet.
Play
That's my
Captain
dream.
Planet. You
My
could do
dream.
it.
Thank you.
Oh man,
I'm
dude.
20 pounds away from what I really need to be, but yeah.
Well, I mean, listen, it's
Steroids
Hollywood
and a
hires you
trainer,
and they
yeah.
just fucking inject you and then you're good.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
They
yeah.
buy you 50 tons of beef and send
Yep.
you on your
It's
way,
a blender,
dude.
fucking broccoli and chicken.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love him. I think he's the lamest superhero. It's great. He just sucks so much.
Dude, they
There's
could,
nothing there.
yeah, that could be good. Captain Planet seems like in the realm of possibility for Hollywood to be like, or like Disney Plus is like, yeah, we should make this.
I think it should be. I have an idea for like a movie, kind of be a satire of it.
You don't want to go. Would it be like a hard R version of like just gore? Not that hard.
Like
R.
The Boys.
Yeah, like just a really raw, like bad, evil Captain
Oh,
Planet
we're
who
gonna
kills.
We're gonna do a Dark
more of a
Knight
sellout
Captain
version.
Planet.
Captain
I have
Planet
a
who
version
fucks.
a sellout Captain Planet. But
Oh, he's like evil.
Oh, the fallen
Kinda.
Captain Planet.
Oh,
why is
okay.
he evil? That's the question.
I
Ooh.
like that. Wait, should we bleep this part of the all of this part of the podcast? So
Oh no, I won't spill my. Rick and Morty did a Captain Planet episode, and I was like nervous for a second because it overlapped in some of the ideas I had with like just the timeline, but it went a very different direction.
Oh, okay.
I think Don Cheadle played Captain Planet.
Yeah,
in a funny or
there
nice
was a similar thing where he became an eco-terrorist. He became so zealous he was an eco-terrorist. I'd like to think a different idea than that. but-
Oh, dude, I like eco-terrorism.
I love
Just as a
eco-terrorism.
concept in
Ra's
general.
al Ghul, one of the best villains of all time.
Yeah. Very good.
I think eco-terrorism is the only true morally correct political idea.
What's your movie idea, Mac?
My movie idea?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
any movie idea?
Yeah, the Captain Planet. What's your movie idea?
I just got to come up with a movie idea?
Yeah.
On the spot, go.
I like that you're asking the questions to buy yourself time to think about it. I had to come
Um,
up with one movie idea.
I want to do
So one movie idea, huh?
I want to do the hack idea where like, all right, it's a New York comic and he has a podcast and he plays himself and it's a TV show that makes me $500 million.
The fact that
Wait.
there's so many shows about comedy is crazy.
Could you do a show centered around the orc? You know, like Lower Decks, Star Trek, like makes fun of the second tier characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you play like
There's-
like Office Space, like an orc who's just unenthused with his job and he lives in orc world?
That's
and,
what I was saying. It is coming because Amazon is
and it'd be like almost a pure comedy, like the Jim Halpert of works, where everyone else here is an idiot.
Firstly, that is. I don't know that you could do that in Tolkien's universe because
You-
they're very specific about how it works and that they have to take it very seriously.
Shane, this is not Tolkien's universe anymore. This is Bezos' money-making machine. Everything you know and love about Lord of the Rings is done. They did it to Star Wars. They did it to Star Trek. The Lord of the Rings is the new. I've gone through this through so many.
either
This
of
is
those
exactly what
things.
Mormonism is to Christianity.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh, we're really going off. canon here.
yeah. Also, they didn't do that to Star Wars or Star Trek.
They
Star
did.
Wars and Star Trek had already jumped the shark forever ago.
You can
They're
keep-
four nerds. Hasbro
Christmas
owns the
special.
property. Yeah,
Christmas
dude.
special.
It
That
was
was
bad.
70s,
It was
80s?
bad immediately. The
No.
Boba Fett cartoon.
You can jump the shark more than once. That's
I'm
the
just-
thing. It's not a one-time thing. You
You're
can keep
acting-
doing it.
You're acting like this is like some new. They're gonna destroy our thing. That's such an old man yells at sky opinion. I don't think they're gonna do that to Lord of the Rings more than they already have
They're going
at
to do
all.
it. I'm not even.
You have
one of
no
the-
faith in capitalism.
Yeah, I do.
No, I
think
have
it'll be.
complete faith. And
I
I know
do
it's
too.
going to be bad.
Yeah, they
Because
will
it can't-
They will push those boundaries.
I
until
think
they-
it'll be. They'll do things that are like, oh, what the fuck? But I don't think it'll be that bad. But have you seen the show Northman? Like on Netflix,
I've heard of
like
it.
it's a comedy one. That's kind of
Is it
like
comedy?
that. Yeah, it's like a comedy. Well, there's
With
two.
Bjork?
There's one that's
No,
very
that's the movie.
Yeah, you're
There's a
thinking
TV
of-
show.
Yeah, there's a TV show that's like a comedy show about
Came out like a
Vikings.
year ago or
Oh.
2
And then,
years.
so that's what the idea of doing like a Dungeons and Dragons style show where the orcs are evil but they're like they're not having a good time and they're being silly does sound fun.
It sounds great.
Yeah.
A Russian novelist made a famous fan novel. I think he lived in the USSR even before it collapsed, but he did it was about how the orcs are actually the good guys, which isn't
Grendel.
which
Yeah.
isn't possible in the lore, but it was an interesting idea. Because the orcs are like manifestations of actual evil.
you got to
so
let
they're-
go of this lore. It's already gone. They threw the book out.
No.
They don't care.
And
You-
some of the
you
best
didn't love
stuff is
anything
not
anyway.
canon. I mean, like Batman, like Arkham Asylum. Is that the really beautiful?
Yeah.
Where it's like that's not canon, but like it's an interpretation
Yeah.
of all of those characters in a new light. And I
I
you
like
can
that kinda
appreciate.
stuff.
I love that kind of stuff.
Here's the thing. Mag is coming at it from the point of view of a fanboy who's like, they took what I liked, and I'm like, if I don't like it, I just won't watch it. It doesn't affect me in the least.
No,
Something-
because you're so autistic. You're gonna have to learn all the new facts and be angry
Yeah.
about things that change. You're just such a Lord of the Rings fundamentalist.
I have learned to. There was an episode of Adventure Time about this that I think about constantly. But I at one point I had to have everything perfect and I would get angry when they changed the animation of a character between video games or
Yep.
iterations.
Yeah.
Like, why does early Charmander look so different? Like the Sugimori Charmander looks so different from what
Yeah.
they settle on in the game, and the Yoshi has a different style and all that. Now I'm like, let there be different iterations. Let it grow. Like,
Yeah.
There's a reflection of that artist's spirit.
Yeah.
and the lens changes.
That was me.
One
Oh.
of the best parts about Tolkien too is that Tolkien wrote like definitive works, and everything around it isn't canon and is widely accepted as not canon. So when you're like, "Oh, they changed the canon," it's like, no, they didn't. It's a show.
It's changed.
Even the Lord of the Peter Jackson movies they're like, this is not canon. The movies are not in any way canon. Nothing in the movie is canon. The canon is in the books. It's there. The movies are their own thing, and they're different.
Now you can resolve everything like multiverse. It's a,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a multiverse.
So when you're like, oh, the canon, it's like, it's impossible. It literally can't happen.
Here's where I'm coming from. The Simpsons used to be good, and then now the characters are the same characters but unrecognizable.
Sure.
From what they used to
They
be.
changed the
And-
intro.
Yeah,
Ugh.
I used to be my number one favorite show, then my most hated show, and now as an adult, I've grown indifferent, and so that will happen to you.
Yeah.
I'm an adult already.
You haven't been hurt yet.
The Lord of the Rings
You
movie
haven't been hurt by your
took out my
favorite
favorite characters.
by your favorite franchise yet.
The Lord of the Rings movie took out my favorite characters.
You've been poked and prodded a little, but you have not lost 100% faith.
I have
I
Darth
lost
Vader
Simpsons.
tattooed on my hand. They made 4 bad Star Wars movies and in 2 bad Star Wars shows.
I will say, I just want to get this out on the record.
Right.
The second of the new trilogy, what was that?
The Star Wars.
Of the new.
Yeah, 8 or whatever.
What was 8 called?
I don't remember.
The
The
Last
Last
Jedi?
Jedi, maybe.
Let's see.
No, it
Yeah,
was
Rise
like.
of Skywalker was the third one.
Oh, so it was The Last Jedi, maybe? Yeah.
I thought that was a great movie.
Really?
I loved it.
I'm glad
I
for you.
loved
It is my least favorite Star Wars of
I
all
think
time.
it was so great. It was such a fuck you to the purists.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
they where they were like, when they said that who is your father, they were like, they were junkies who abandoned you. You're not from royalty.
Yeah.
That whole thing, I was like, great. Stop this nepotism, fucking. What do you call them? Like the Kardashian family.
Yeah.
Empires. What do you call that? Like a big, powerful family.
Monarchy or
Fuck, I don't know. But I know what you're
You know what
talking
I'm
about.
saying?
Yeah,
Dynasties.
Dynasty.
Yeah, stop
There
this
you go.
dynasty bullshit. Like the whole beauty of the original trilogy, or at least what made Darth Vader so great, was he came from nothing. He came from nowhere.
Yeah.
He was an immaculate conception
And
of power, and I wanted Rey to be that too.
Yeah.
But instead, it's just one big, powerful family.
I'm glad you saved your most controversial opinion for the very last.
I know. I'm over here.
You say-
There's one other element of it I really liked, but I can't remember. I love the cave. I loved that the kind of rug pull they did on their fans, and I thought it opened up a new avenue I did not expect them to go down, and I just want to be surprised.
I wanted it to be about the fact that the Jedi are evil.
That's great too. I would have loved more of that.
The Jedi are bad. In the books, there are people who explore that, and I think the Sith are better than the Jedi even.
Mhm.
But they're like the Jedi like force the Sith are under like siege force use because the Jedi are always trying to destroy them because they're evil.
Like
But then
Israel, Palestine.
But then the Sith are like, well, we have to go into the most evil part of the Force in order to fight the Jedi, especially when there's only like 5 of us at any one time at this point.
Hey.
There used to be lots of them.
We could talk about Star Wars for a whole nother hour.
it's
if you
true.
Want. And we might, right? If you want to hear us talk about Star Wars for another whole hour, sign up for our Patreon, which I advertised earlier.
Yeah.
Cowboy-
Patreon.com/Cowboy
Boys.
Also,
Do you have anything to plug
when does this come out?
tomorrow.
tonight?
Tonight.
I'm in
Tomorrow?
Winnipeg, July 17th through 23rd, 2022. So if you're hearing this when it's fresh out, that's this week. Rumors Comedy Club, and I'm in
6 days?
22nd, maybe it's the 22nd or something like
4?
that. 5 days.
5
it's a lot
days?
of Canada does long weeks. And then Chicago, I'm at the Den Theater August 21st Sunday. Please come check those out. And yell at me about why episode 8 is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'll
Because
listen.
a lot of people will
Where
not
do-
like that opinion.
Where do they find those tickets?
Broussard.live.
I'll put that
Or
up
just
for
find
you.
me on social media, Monday Punday.
Broussard.live. Yeah. Go hang out with Matt. He's great. I'm going to be in Appleton, Wisconsin with the guys. Skyline.
Great club, I've heard.
club.
Yeah.
Fucking great club.
Yeah.
They've got Super Nintendo in the green room and infinite candy bars.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. It's
How many are
very
you
cool.
gonna bring back?
I don't know. That's a good point. I could bring some back for you. I'm
Thank
trying to
you.
eat less candy these days, even though I stole a bunch of Max candy. All right, everyone.
Wait. I'm gonna be at an open mic in 3 hours. so
Hell
catch
yeah.
me there.
All
Selling
right,
merch.
everyone.
So, yeah.
Fucking yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
Keep it crispy.